Experts weigh in on automakers' Super Bowl ads. Welcome in on this Monday. I'm Kristen Strakalitis. We will get to the best and worst commercials in a moment, but we will begin with a potentially massive income tax bill for some auto dealers. Thousands of small and mid-sized U.S. retailers could be affected. It's all because of a widely used tax deferment strategy called Last In, First Out, or LIFO. The move is used by many U.S. businesses that regularly carry inventories on big-ticket items with rising prices such as automobiles. The basic premise of the strategy relies on the continual flow of inventory to keep the tax deferments afloat. However, the chip crisis has upended the situation for many auto retailers. Dealers that have sold down their inventory will need to book profits based on vehicle purchases made years or even decades ago. NADA Chairman Paul Walser telling our executive editor Jamie Butters on today's episode of Daily Drive that the situation could impact 50 to 90% of dealers. Here's Walser on the seriousness of the problem.
If we are not provided relief that Treasury has the authority to provide, dealers that were sitting with no inventory in stock at the end of the 2021 calendar year are going to be exposed to what could be decades of LIFO reserves on their books and having a financial hit here that would be overwhelming, if not in some cases a death bill to some dealers.
NADA, along with the Alliance for Automotive Innovation, is working with a group of bipartisan lawmakers in an effort to convince the Treasury Department to provide relief to mom and pop dealers across the nation.
We're not asking for a tax cut here. This is really just a postponement, if you will, an opportunity for dealers to replenish inventory to normal levels. 3 years is the time frame that we've asked for. And so nobody's looking for a tax break. What we're looking for is the opportunity to correct a very unique condition by getting our inventories back to normal levels and just proceed as we always have.
To listen to the full conversation with Walser or the coverage of the issue, visit AUTONEWS.com. U.S. inventory levels stayed largely flat last month. This as automakers deal with slowing sales and lingering production issues. Cox Automotive estimates dealers began the month with 1.04 million vehicles in inventory, the same 35-day supply they had at the beginning of January. That is still down sharply from the 2.79 million vehicles on hand at the same point a year earlier. Meanwhile, the number of vehicles cut from production schedules at North American factories more than doubled from a week earlier. That is according to Auto Forecast Solutions' latest estimate of manufacturing disruption caused by the chip shortage. About 221,500 vehicles have been cut from North American output plans so far this year, compared with about 95,700 vehicles a week earlier. Turning to a recall on Chrysler plug-in hybrid minivans, Stellantis issued a callback for nearly 20,000 2017 and 2018 model year Chrysler Pacifica hybrids for a potential fire risk. According to the company, an internal investigation discovered 12 fires involving the model. All of the vehicles were parked and turned off. 8 of them were plugged in when they caught fire. Stellantis is advising owners to refrain from recharging the minivans and to park them away from structures and other vehicles. The automaker says it is unaware of any related injuries or accidents. Billionaire investor George Soros bought nearly 20 million shares of EV startup Rivian in 2021. The shares cost Soros about $2 billion. In December, Rivian said it expected production to fall a few hundred vehicles short of its 2021 target. Rivian's stock price is down 67% from the high it touched on November 16th. You were likely one of the millions of fans who tuned into the Super Bowl on Sunday. In addition to the football, many of us enjoyed watching the ads. Our corporate cousin, Ad Age, rated several auto spots. General Motors' New Generation spot recreated the iconic open of The Sopranos TV show and featured the Chevy Silverado EV. The ad was awarded 5 stars. The same score for Toyota's The Joneses commercial. It features Tommy Lee Jones, Leslie Jones, Rashida Jones, and Nick Jonas all driving the Tundra pickup. GM's Dr. Evil ad enlisted some Austin Powers cast members and pitched the automaker's EV efforts. BMW's Zeus and Hera spot featured Arnold Schwarzenegger and Salma Hayek driving around in the all-electric iX. Both of those commercials were given 4.5 stars. On the flip side, some of the spots that didn't do so well include one from Wallbox. It features a guy who was struck by lightning but isn't fazed by an EV charger. It was awarded only 1 star. And Carvana's We'll Drive You Happy ad only received 2.5 stars. The commercial features a chatty woman discussing her Carvana car buying experience. For breaking news, stay with AUTONEWS.com. We'll see you tomorrow.